Economic disparity is common, and in the economic theory, where there is demand, there should have supply, and where there is demand, there should have the business. If you don't have the demand, you don't have the business. So artificial making demand make trouble for the people who actually don't have the power to purchase. So demand is the key point, and making the demand also a key point where the business is being made. So let's have some management how we can manage our demand and let the business come out from the businessmen who are making the profit, and doing the business without the profit is our key analysis of this video. I am making this business in English because poor people are living all over the world and they are coming from very different languages, so I think they could understand it very easily and they can take the necessary actions, and they should not transform it into their other languages. So let's move a different concept of business. The concept is about the business without profit. Whenever I visited a very poor district of Bangladesh, I found that the people need meat, cow meat, and what is called beef, and the price is 100 taka in Bangladeshi currency, 800 taka per kg, but it is too much pricey for the poor people and they are not able to meet with the protein demand. So what happens to them? I found a astonishing thing there, that the people are collecting money how much they need to the meat, and after collecting a money every week they slaughter a cow and they distributed the cow meat or beef to the people in corresponding with in ratio with their money. So, and finally I found that the price of that beef was 650 taka. That means 150 taka less than actually it is sold in the market. So from this idea I get the idea that business could be done without the profit. If you don't think about the profit, then you could easily meet up your target and you could easily meet up your demand. So doing business without profit is key analysis of this video. Let's go in details. We have already given an example, so there are some others example. I have already given you the food item and what is the most important item. Then if you go after food, what will you think? You will think about your land or living space or living house or residence. So you can, I do in my professional job in an area where people are regularly exchanging their land. They're selling the land and buying the land with profit. So the profit margin is very high, it is 20 to 40%. So in our country Bangladesh, there are so many landless people. They actually take the live in the rented house, which expense is much more, and so people are very much eagerly waiting to get a piece of land. So how they could meet with this demand? We already did demand management or doing the business without the profit. So my suggestion is that do the business with the profit. You just meet up those people who are doing this business, and if you can save 2, 3, 4 or 5 lakhs taka in 2, 3 or 5 years, then you can invest it with those businessmen participating in the sharing, and then you can buy a land, then you can sell it, and again you can buy a land, you can sell it, and if you do it 2 times or 3 times in a year, then after 3 years or 2 years later your money will be revolved and circulated, and it will come back with the profit 20 to 40%. That your 10 lakh taka will turn into 25 lakh taka within 3 even 2 years later if it revolve 2 times in a year or 3 times in a year. So in 25 lakhs taka you can easily buy a 5 decimal land at your own. At the same time, whenever you get the land, you can do the business in residence area. If you need a flat, if you make a building, in a flat or building, you in the town it is 80 lakh taka, or in the if you go rural area it could get 40, 35, 50 lakh taka. So if you invested that amount with other business partner, it will get only 30 lakh taka. So you can get 20 lakhs taka less than the buying price. So this is the target. How can you save your money by doing the business without the profit? So what is here important, that you will engage or collect some other people who want to get a house, who want to get a land, and who want to get a meat, 1 kg or 2 kgs of meat. Then you can do the business, and this business will be done in without profit. The concept is, the model's concept is the doing business without the profit. And you can say this is the one-time items, but brother, you can do it continuous item also. I have already given the examples of the meat, and the meat is a consuming item. So consumers item is, you can also do it several times. So if you use this business model in your education, like in rural area or semi-urban area, there is a scarcity of a good educational institution, English medium schools or other specialized schools, or there is a scarcity of a good hospital or medical system. So you can make this medical or hospital, medical college or medicals or schools by getting a lot of people who are willing, gathering a lot of people who are willing to make a schools, who are willing to get a good hospitals by a small amount of money. This amount of money, this business will go as a proprietorship concern. They are the proprietor of this school, they are the proprietor of the hospital. In proportion they are investing there. What they get in results, they are getting the service without the charge, without the profit. So investment or business without the profit, the full time they are getting. You can see that the businessmen are getting the free service in their institution. You can see in directors get the free service in their hospitals. The directors are get their free service in their other business faculties. So this is the concept, that you are doing the business without the profit, then ultimately you will get the product in a cheaper price, and which will reduce a lot of pressure and tension from your thinking, from your working. So is it possible? Is it logical? Of course it is logical, and it is possible also, because we know in every business you have to you get the return, and this return is distributed either in keep it in the retention for the retain earning for the next time investment, or for the dividend. And if you don't give the dividend, and if you don't invest it for the next time, or plowback, that's called the plowback, then the full amount will be reduced 20 to 40% less prices than you are normally buying it from the market. And as the owner himself is doing the business, the admin expense is lesser, because the corruption might be less there, and other expenses will be reduced there. So that's logical that you will get the item in lesser prices. So somebody might ask me that it is like a cooperative society, but actually it is not like a cooperative society. You know, in cooperative society, people are collecting the money, just deposit the money for a small amount. They're not having the target to invest it into a particular perspective. But here it is different, because there the scarcity of a special service, people are doing this business. When they think that they are not getting this particular service and it is hard and the demand is very high, they are doing this business without the profit. The item is fixed here, and the project in the cooperative society, they are not making a project in their common sense. In the primary space phase, they are not thinking about a project, but in this project, business without profit, they start the project with they start the business with thinking that particular project. Secondly, thirdly, that in the cooperative society, the peoples are taking the money and then they invest in the other business, whereas in this business without the profit, they are taking the money for their own business, because they're in cooperative society, sometimes they're starting their business in cooperative society also, but mostly they are investing in the others business. But here we are doing the business in our own business. So the concept is totally different in cooperative society and in the business without concept, without a profits concept. And you may ask that how can I start it? So just a silly example, that we have already given so many examples here. Now we are giving another example, like in a flat in Dhaka city, you can see it is very highly populated area, and there are so many condominiums, so many flats, and in a flat, in a building, you can see 45, 50, 60, 70, even 150, even more than that families are living there, and it is like a village. And underground there is a car parking or a very vacant space there. If all the owners of the flat, they can think their regular grocery items they could purchase, and then they invested there, and only a single person is, and some computer system is installed there, then these people may of course they could get really relax from if they expense 20,000 taka in their grocery per month, they could save at least 5,000 to 2,000 to 5,000 taka from their monthly expenses only in grocery items. So because this margin is not be given, administrative expense will not be happen, and the items will be not be used frequently. Some items will be not required at the time. Some grocery items you may that people are buying it and keep it in their house, but that will not be happen there. Total collection will be in ratio of the demand will be happen in that particular system. So you can see that if the people invest their minimum 15 to 20,000 taka early of the month, they can get the return, and they can get the return of 2 to 5,000 taka per month, and in the year it will be the 60,000 taka. Can you imagine that 60,000 taka expense is less, and you get the save from the 20,000 taka in a year? It is unimaginable. So if you do the business without the profit, you could save yourself and get this could be you can may ask that where I can apply this item. You can apply this item in every section. You by making a group, you can make it in the making a school, you can making a hospital, you can make it by a flat building, or even you can make your regular required item like a cattle house, or you can make a agri farm like fisheries farm, or even you can make a brand of dress and others also. So this item could be very much work, and you may ask that if you do this business or what will the other businessmen do? If you do the businessman, if you become a business without the profit, what will they do? Actually, it is not be happen that businessmen will do their business, but they are not making the profit. They will meet up their demand, and when their demand will be served, they don't need to make the profit. Why people make the profit? People make the profit to buy their required item. When you get the required item, why you need to make the profit? You don't need to make the profit either. So actually the businessman one particular businessman item will invest in the other business as a owner, and one day all the profit item business will be reduced and the people will do the business as a owner of that particular businessman, and their business model will be changed as a business with the profit. So you may ask you, what is its future? Its future is that people will do the business without the profit, and there will be highly competition will be reduced, and you think that people are squeezed, the poor people, just making the demand and making the artificial demand, and this will be gone, and the artificial demand will also be gone. And as the people are so many times, the peoples are they are destroying the so many resource of the country or even in the earth. These resources will not be destroyed, because people will use the resources what's the demand actually, because people are using the resources as they want to sell. Sometimes these products are not being sold. When these products are not being sold, what happens there? If the products are not being sold, then these are totally unused and unsold, and they are being destroyed. So they makes the environment hazards, and at the same times the resources are also be destroyed. And when the finally, what we can say, that whenever people's attention about the making the profit is gone, and people think that their demanded items can be easily achievable and it will come automatically, then they can very easily live their life. They will get extra time. Look, whenever you earn the money, and the profit is all the items you buy is 40% profit, and whenever you are not making any profit all over the business, then 40% of the tension will be gone. So it is automatically working in that particular, so people can get enough time and they can easily lead their life with a happy life. Sometimes people may ask me that it is more like Dr. Yunus Sir's social business theory, same to social business theory, but I am saying that it is not as like a social business theory. Social business theory is the particular items they are doing the business that is beneficial for the society. The concept is for the society, but here is the concept of the people's own demand, what they actually required. Number two, the social business theory is regulating on concept is building with the very much important big item base, but you may start it from the particular person base. What's a group of people, they can do it by themselves. And social business is actually it is totally concept of the society related, but here it is the particular in person related concept. A group of person thinking that they need this item, they can start it and they can solve their demand, and they should not give the profit to others. They can manage it and they can purchase it with a less price, that they, if they don't do the business, they should have to pay more than that. And finally in social business theory, they think that they will not get the profit, they will reinvested the profit to the business. But here we are not saying that. We are saying that actually they will not be making the profit will not be there, the price will be less, because they will not think about the profit, they will think they meet up their demand. So this is the concept of business without the profit, and it is highly targeting to the people and to meet up their demand. When the people are can meet up their demand, they can lead a very happy and happy life, and they will get the leisure time, and every aspect they can do this business. This business could be done in the very prominent items, very necessary items, even in the luxury items, even in the regular items also. So I think this could be a very good concept, very good model, business model. So if you have any questions, you may ask me in your comment section. I am ready to give you the answer. Thank you everybody for hearing this patiently. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.